What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here and welcome into a brand new series I'm going to be running on the channel. We are just going to get straight into things. We are playing the Indian Premier League. Now please note these squads are from 2016, so they are slightly out of date, it must be said, but we are playing as Kolkata. I'm going to have a Sunrisers save as well that I'm going to be running alongside this one. That is why the squads are a little bit out of date. As we can see, Morkel is down there, but apart from that I've gone with pretty much a standard Kolkata side that we have seen so far this season. So we've got Gambia, Lynn's opening for us. Shakib, one of our overseas players, and Ryan, as I said, Morkel was a player not really in there, but he is playing today. Just because the makeup of this side is pretty bad, it is very spinner heavy, which is a shame. It is something that I don't really like. I'm not really a big fan of using spinners in this game. They just for some reason do not work for me, especially in 2020. So hopefully that's not going to be the case today. These videos are just going to be short, sharp, and awesome. I can't wait to get into it. Make sure you guys smash that like button if you are enjoying, and remember to hit that subscribe if you are new. Chris Morris bowling to Chris Lynn, and the battle of Chris's. Linny comes out and he is smacked back-to-back sixes off the last two balls of his over. So we do have a pretty good batting lineup, it must be said. Looking at it now, obviously Gambia and Lynn opening, then we've got Uthappa coming in at number 3, we've got Manish Pandey at number 4, we've got S. Yadav at 5, we've got Yusuf Pathan at 6, Shakib at 7, Narayan at 8, who has actually been opening for the Knight Riders in a few games while Chris Lynn is out injured. So he can definitely bat. Morne Morkel, very strong. Then we've got a guy whose name I cannot pronounce, and then we have Umesh Yadav. Obviously such a good and vital part of the Indian, I guess just Indian makeup, you know, not just in 2020s, not just in Test, but in all formats. He's a very, very crucial bowler. So hopefully we can go and get the job done there. We are taking on, I'm not even sure who we're taking on today. I think, Delhi Daredevils, that's right. So we're taking on them to start off with. As I said, I am going to have a Sunrisers Karemo that I am going to be running alongside this one. So Gambia has gone and passed 50 at the halfway stage, only 78 runs on the board. So I'm a little bit disappointed with that. I would have hoped for a little bit more, especially seeing we are playing in India. This is the IPL. The hit, the miss, the bash, you know, just the runs, and that is what we want to see. We want to see lots of runs on the board, we want to see lots of wickets flying, and hopefully we can see that throughout the next few weeks. So pretty much I am just going to be running this while the IPL is going on, I guess you'd say. Then after that is done, can't really do it so much on this game, but on Don Bradman Cricket I'm going to look to do other 2020 leagues from around the world. A lot of people have said about doing the Pakistani Super League. I think Gambia has, that's a bit harsh. I thought he'd got outside of the line of that one, but apparently struck in line, the umpire says, and Gambia is gone for 64 off 45. 11 fours and 1 6 with a strike rate of 142, and it is now really down to Chris Lynn. He has been in for a long time, has only faced 22 balls, but it is up to him to really get this chase moving and get a decent score on the board for the Knight Riders. We need something, I think, around 160, 170 to try and see us home. We do have a pretty strong bowling lineup, and especially if the pitch does start to take turn in the second innings, then I will be very, very happy with that. I'll be absolutely over the moon, to be honest, if it does start to take turn, because we are very spinner heavy. As I did mention earlier, obviously we've got Yusuf Pathan and Shakib Hassan as our part-timers. We do have Narayan as well. So we've got three spin bowlers, 3 quicks. So plenty of options, and hopefully it is not going to be a case that the pitch doesn't start to spin. If it doesn't spin, we're pretty much stuffed, because we do only have 3 pace bowlers. The 3 pace bowlers we do have, 2 of them are very good, 2 of them are world class, but I think spin is going to be our greatest asset in this tournament, especially with the squad that we have here. We definitely have some very good spinners going around, some of the best spinners going around, it must be said, in the world. I think Shakib Hassan is possibly the #1 all-rounder in all formats, not just 2020s, but one days and tests as well. Very good player. And Yusuf Pathan, very handy with his part-time off-spin as well. So we'll be looking to get a few overs out of him as this tournament goes on and progresses. So we've got 130 on the board, 3 overs left to go. As I said, I would like to get somewhere around that 160, 170. That does mean we will need to smash some runs off these last couple of overs. That 6 is going to help from Robbie Uthappa. He loves it there. Only 7 off that over, though. And the run rate is a little bit slow. We really need someone coming in and just smashing it. Someone coming in and scoring at a strike rate of 200, 180, 200 plus. That is really going to help us. That no ball is going to help us too, because it would have meant it was a free hit, but that is perfect. That one has been nudged into the gap, and I believe that is 50 for Chris Lynn. So his first of the tournament in his first game. The opener's doing well. 64 off 44 for Gambia. Lynn, 50 off 44. 1 over left to go. What can we finish up with here? It is going to be Morris that is bowling, and Chris Lynn says, I love that pace, Chris Morris. You just keep putting it there, and I will keep depositing you into the grandstand. That one from Robbie Utapa has gone for 6. We move on to 158, and we get a single off the last ball. So we finished 159 for 1, which is a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to have got a little bit more, but still 8 runs required is, 160 is pretty much par, you'd have to say, on most T20 wickets. Depending, obviously, on how the pitch is playing. That one there has gone for 6 from Quinton de Kock. Would you believe? Third ball, big outside edge. I thought we had a chance there to get him, but not the case. And he has gone and played it away. And another one off the edge that has eluded the slip. So 14 off the first over for Delhi. They'll be happy enough with that. And as I said, pace bowling, it's not our strength in the squad. It is definitely spin. So if we can get some wickets with the new ball, would be nice, but it's not the end of the world. We just need to go and try and keep things going. That's a poor misfield. I don't know who that was by, but that's shocking. You should be dropped for the next game after that, son. That is appalling. Quinton de Kock, he is going along. He is scoring most of their runs at the moment, and this is looking to be, you'd have to say, this 160 is proving to be pretty easy to chase, it must be said, by these Delhi Daredevils openers, especially Quinton. He is absolutely smashing it. Hopefully his fellow countryman, Morne Morkel, can try and bring a little bit of peace and a little bit of parity, but it doesn't matter. 50 for none off the first 5 overs, would you believe? And man, oh man, our spinners are going to have to do an absolute number, it must be said, on this Delhi Daredevils lineup. Otherwise, we are going to be in for a very, very short night. Morkel going for 11. Bring on bloody Sunil Narayan. We need him here. We need him. We need Shakib Al Hassan. We need something to slow down these Delhi players, because they are absolutely racing at the moment, it must be said. 105 needed off, I think, the last 14 overs, possibly 13 overs, but not the greatest of starts there from Shakib. He goes for 9 to start things off. And Delhi, a lot of people saying that Delhi are the worst team in the IPL. I think this year they are a potential dark horse. I think they could go all right. I think they could potentially make the top 4. Just with their squad. They don't have heaps of big names, but they've got good match players, good young match winners, and that is what we needed. Sunil Narayan, finally, we get that wicket. Perfect. Just what we need. But yeah, Delhi, don't put it past them. I mean, Chris Morris, he's playing bloody well. I'm not sure if he has to leave for international duty or something like that. Oh, that might even be run out. Oh, safe. You're joking. We needed that, and I think it was Quinton as well, Quinton de Kock. So that would have been a huge wicket. We could have had both openers back in the hut just like that. But yeah, the players that they do have, they've got Sam Billings, he's playing very well at the top of the innings. Sanju Samson's playing well too. He had 100 in the first couple of games. And we've got 2 left-handers on now, which is a bit of a pain, but I'm going to stick with this. I'm going to take Shakib off, bring on Yusuf Pathan, try and use that off spin to our advantage, get it spinning away from the batsman and trying to find an edge somewhere along the lines. Remember, we do have our pace bowlers that we are going to have to go back to at some stage, and I just want to make sure that we don't overdo that or bring them back too early, just because they were very expensive in that opening spell, it must be said. And I think Quinton de Kock in that last ball possibly went past 50. He has 50 off 38, so he's going very good. But man, oh man, I thought 160 was going to probably be enough. It could be now that we have gone and got Quinton de Kock bowled, and just like that, now that the left, or both left, there aren't 2 left-handers at the crease, it does mean that we can possibly bring back Shakib Al Hassan. I'm going to keep going with Yusuf Pathan, because he did only go for 8, and we do still have Dumini in, the left-hander, so we want to try and get one to turn away from him, find that outside edge, and just get something. But Delhi still need 49 off the last 6 overs, so we are still in. You must say, we are still in with a shot at this game. We just need our seamers to come back strong. They weren't good opening up, but hopefully they can use the new ball, the old ball, more effectively than the new ball. We've gone and got Dumini. Surprisingly with Shakib though, that is not something that I would have expected. I did expect someone like Yusuf Pathan or possibly Narayan to go and pick him up. Obviously, that ball turning away from the left-hander is very effective. That's why I think, when 2020 first came out, a lot of people were saying that, spinners are basically stuffed. But left-arm spinners in 2020 cricket, or just all spinners in general, to be honest, are very, very good. They're probably the pick of the bowlers. A lot of the times they are better than the seamers, which, is a little bit surprising, especially seeing when 2020 did first come out. Everyone was like, basically no one's going to bowl spin now. You're just going to get absolutely slaughtered if you bowl spin. So, I guess they've evolved. The batsmen have evolved. That's what you have to do. And that is just what we needed from Shakib. His last ball, I believe, of his over, done and dusted. And Delhi need 30 off the last 3 overs. So we are definitely in with a chance here. We've got Chris Morrison. He has played hero a couple of times for this Delhi side in the season. He's not going to do it here because Yadav has come back, Umesh Yadav that is, and he has taken a wicket. So I'm going to probably go with him. Going to probably go with Morne Morkel as well. Go with the experience, and hopefully that can get us something. 23 needed from the last 12. Can Kolkata somehow get back? You honestly would not have thought that they could have won this game, especially after that start that Delhi got off to. The opener's absolutely crazy. Mishra, 2 dot balls, 3rd ball, mate. The score had to change in indoor rules, but you couldn't do it. You've got yourself bowled, and that has left Umesh Yadav 18 to defend off the last over. I imagine that is going to be enough, especially if we can keep Tahir on strike. That is going to be perfect. That is going to wrap things up. 17 off 3. It's still not game over. I apologise. But you'd have to say now, unless we can get some sixes in a flurry, that it is going to be game over. So the seamers did struggle opening up. Might potentially open with spin next time around. That could possibly work. But they've come back strong, and they have won it for us in the end. Gambhir and Lynn getting off to good starts. Shakib and Narayan. As I said, spin is going to be key for us in this Indian Premier League that we are doing with the Kolkata Knight Riders. We don't finish the first game in first place. Mumbai must have had a huge win against Pune. But as you can see, all the teams are up to date. It's just the squads that are slightly out of date. So I'm going to go with Kolkata and try and do as much up to date as I possibly can. It is a bit hard for the other teams because they do select them themselves. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember, if you have, smash that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Social media links are down below in the description. I'm going to sign out here, guys. This is Cliffy, New Zealand's #1 source of international cricket, Captain 2016, signing out.